Are your instructions aligned? Hi, I'm Louise Fouché from OTGrow. Welcome to our YouTube channel. And here we discuss tips, tools, and techniques to make you an effective group facilitator. So, are your instructions aligned? And you might say to me, aligned with what? So, it's aligned with the goal you're trying to reach. So, as we design our groups and we know what we're trying to achieve, we then select activities that will reach that goal within the time of our group. And then the activities have a certain way that we're thinking about it. So when the group does this, then we will make sure that they will reach the goal that we have set out. But sometimes the way we have designed our activities means that there are certain parts of our instructions that are core. How we ask a question, where we put our things, what we tell our group to do in the activity can determine whether the goal is reached or not. And the same holds true for our warm-ups. So I've often witnessed students and young therapists who try to do exactly the same warm-ups as I would do, and I would notice that their warm-up falls flat, even though it meets all the criteria of warm-ups, and it's a good activity to do. Then why does it fall flat? And often it lies in the instructions that were given. It's almost that only half of the instructions were given, and the group doesn't really know what's going on or what they're actually meant to do. And so it is important to take some time to really think about the instructions you want to give. So the reason I'm telling you about this today is because I made that mistake yesterday when we were facilitating a community group. So I had our projective technique cards that we've got in our on sale for our resources, and these are really great cards. And I decided to use this for a check-in. And they all come from different NPO organizations. I put out the cards and I said, take a card to let me know how you are feeling, and take a card to just tell us how your organization is doing. So that is what I thought I asked. But as we were going around the room, I realized I had forgotten to explicitly mention that I wanted them to choose a card that would reflect how they were doing or how they were feeling and how the organization was doing. And so they ended up selecting a card that just represented the organization. And so it became definitely not a check-in because my instruction didn't link it to the check-in where we meet people on the emotional level. They just started telling about how many people are in the organization and what's happening, but it's not how is your organization doing? Is it in a good place? Are you struggling? Is it financially in a dire situation? They all told me superficial things about themselves and also about the organization. And I was reminded again how important it is to have a close look at the instructions that we give. Maybe you can pop in the comment about a time when you did not give the exact instructions that was needed and how it turned out. Maybe funny, maybe where it totally fell flat. And so I think for today's YouTube is in this coming week to give a little bit of attention to your instructions. Go back to the goal. What am I trying to achieve? How this is my activity. So what are the instructions? What do I need to specifically and intentionally emphasize for my clients to make sure that how they do this activity will ensure that they reach the goal? So, yes, hoping that you don't make the same flaws I did this past week. And in the meantime, happy facilitating.